Hi and welcome to the No Scrubs podcast by Melanin Medics. We're your hosts, Ife
and Teni, and the No Scrubs podcast is an opportunity to listen to us talk about what life's like inside the hospital, what we got outside the hospital, and everything we do in between.
So sit back, relax, and listen to us yap about being doctors.
Oh, how have you been?
You know what? I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm bad vibes right now.
Okay.
I'm really sleepy. I had like 4 hours sleep.
We can't both be tired
We're
today.
both tired.
I've just come off my night shift.
Yeah, I did a twilight.
We need to bring the energy today.
Do you know what's annoying? I did a twilight. I finished at 2 a.m. Well, I was meant to finish at 2 a.m. I finished at like 2:30.
Okay.
Got home and realised I accidentally took someone's stethoscope.
Did you have to take it back?
I had to go back.
Oh,
I had
no.
to go back to work because like I'm away for a week and a half.
Right.
And she's gonna need the stethoscope. Right. And I'm busy this whole weekend. When am I gonna get?
Oh.
So I had to take myself back.
How long did that whole journey take you?
About 45 minutes. I was so upset.
Okay.
It's like, you know, it's like I got home. I was so excited. Started doing my skincare. About to hop in the shower. Look in my bag. I'm like, this isn't right. How did that happen?
That's terrible. That's the worst. I hate when you're just about to like de-stress, unwind and relax.
Do you know
and
what
then
I mean? It's like when nurses like accidentally take the CD keys. You know when they accidentally take the drugs keys and they take it home? Terrible. That's how it felt. Have you ever taken a bleep home?
I have never, and I will never. What?
I have taken the bleep. In my F1 on surgery, I took a bleep home. I left. I didn't come back. I said, you know what? We'll get it on Monday.
There's no peak weekend.
Because there's loads of phones, right? There's loads of bleeps.
Yeah,
I just took one.
I guess like, if you can like still call someone else, then it's fine.
They can have another one.
Oh gosh,
it's okay. No,
terrible. As soon as my shift is coming to the end, I will hand that thing over as quick as possible. I don't want to see it. I don't smell it. Like the sound of a bleep or like the sound of like my work phone ringing traumatizes me.
It is actually traumatizing.
Yeah.
The bleep is very traumatizing. That sound just like once you've had a lot of on-calls and you're like off for a bit, you just sometimes just be hearing it.
Like at the supermarket or something.
Oh my gosh, it's so stressful. But how have you been?
I've been okay. I've done 3 weeks of nights.
3 weeks?
Which was, yeah. So 2 were my normal and then 1 was locum, and I'm probably at the end of like my ability to like be a normal human being.
So how many nights in a row in each of these weeks?
So 4 in a row this week, 4 in a row the week before, and then 3 the week before that.
Do you know what? 3 nights I can handle. 4 pushing it to the limit.
Yeah.
For me, 4 is pushing it to the limit. I can't do it. It's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to do it, but
yeah, I was shaken by the last one.
Yeah, I'm delirious by the last one.
I am delirious right now, so good luck to you.
Thank you. No, I feel you. I'm the same way.
Oh my
I'm the same way. When I got home and I finally got into bed at like 3:30, I was just like, imagine having babies. Like, how do women with babies be doctors? How are they doctors? Because I wanted to cry. I was like, imagine if I had like a crying baby to now wake up and feed. What?
No, this is what my family and my greater network is for.
In the middle of the night, you can live at home with your husband and your child.
Hey mum,
can you come over because the baby's crying and I'm just finished nights.
Exactly that. Okay, all right. So we're painting a picture of you, right now, and your life as a medical drama.
Oh my gosh, okay.
If your life was a medical drama, I know you watch Grey's Anatomy. I do. What song would be the theme tune?
Diva by Beyonce.
Interesting. Why?
That's the first song that came to my mind. Because, like, I just feel like if I was in a medical drama, it would be like, you know, she's a diva, like, she's a doctor, but she's really cool and glamorous, and she's a hustler. Diva is a female version of a hustler. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
Of a hustler. So that's why I would choose that song. What would you choose?
Oh, wow. I should have really thought about this before I threw it at you.
Yeah, you should have. I know you're going to copy me and choose Beyonce.
I nearly did. I nearly went for School in Life.
Oh, I didn't really like that song.
You didn't like it?
It's okay. Why would you have chosen that?
I don't know, because like, you know, School in Life. Like, watch me learn to do life. It's like my whole medical drama, right?
That's true.
And obviously it will be like this, like what we do inside of work, outside of work.
That's
and like
true.
Just learning to boss life.
That's true.
I'm not quite the hustler, but I'm getting there. And that's what it's about.
That's all that matters.
That's what it's about.
That's all that matters.
I'm sorry, Beyonce features a lot in this podcast.
She actually does.
Jeez, guest appearance, please.
That would be good.
Okay.
That would be good.
On the topic of music, I saw this on socials the other day. And it was like, if you could get rid of one of either a Mapiano, Afrobeats, or dancehall for life, which one would it be?
I saw this as well.
You saw it?
I saw this too. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna choose dancehall. And the reason is because I just don't know how to dance to it.
Okay.
When it comes on, do you know, I can't dance to my piano either. But I listen to my piano more than I listen to... There's only like a couple dancehall songs I listen to, like Clark's. Is that even dancehall? I don't know.
I mean, like Umbrella and like, you know, like Umbrella and Surrounding. When I was in sixth form, a couple of my friends actually called me the dancehall queen.
Really?
That was
you, the Niger babe.
It was my bag when I was younger, dancehall, yeah.
So which one did you get rid of?
I'd get rid of my piano. I love Afrobeats
I get it
too
though.
much.
I get it.
It's too cool.
And my piano is kind of new and it's a bit niche.
Yeah.
Like everyone likes my piano, like a couple songs in the dancery, but who's really out here listening to my piano for hours on end?
I mean,
do you know what I mean? Who?
People do.
Yeah, but like it's not that. I understand if people don't do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think longevity wise as well, like those are like core part of like how like I've become who I am. And how I see myself developing.
Like, can you listen to would you be listening to my piano in like 40 years?
Exactly. Whereas I used to revise to Vibes Cartel.
Is
so,
it?
you know,
that is
cannot
crazy.
leave that one. Cannot leave that one.
And Popcorn. Do you know, actually, this is off topic, but it's kind of on topic because it's about Beyonce. But I just want to say this: Beyonce is the reason I got into medical school.
Tell me more.
Let me tell you why. So when I had my interview, my first ever medical school interview, because the first time round I got rejections all round. The first time I was really nervous. I was like sitting there waiting, like just stressed out. And then I was just scrolling on Tumblr. Remember Tumblr? Jeez. And then they were like, Beyonce just dropped an album, self-titled album. Remember when she just dropped it with no, like, she just dropped it. And I was like, okay. And I listened to the album. I had so much confidence. I was so happy. What did it. And that album just gave me so much joy and so much confidence. And I just smashed that interview. Obviously, I got an offer.
Well, she did it.
I got an offer.
There we go. School in life.
So Beyonce did help me
just
there.
saying.
That's just on the topic of music. Okay. Sorry.
I got
Let's talk about serious things.
Okay. One more.
Okay,
to get a bit serious.
Oh, God. Okay.
If you could choose one marker of a successful life, what would it be?
Financial stability.
But what does that look like? How can you be like, boom, I'm there? This is proof that I am financially stable.
When I don't have to worry about finances and I can go on loads of holidays without thinking about it.
Okay.
I've got savings, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about money.
Okay.
Is that my answering your question correctly?
Yeah, if that's your marker of success,
that is me.
More of like a wealth and financial side.
Yeah, it is.
And that by being comfortable.
Yeah.
Now that you said finance, I can't get finances out of my head.
Because everyone says joy. I don't know.
I was probably going to say joy, and now I'm like, maybe a yacht.
But the thing is, for me, the reason I don't say joy, this is probably because I'm a Christian, but I feel like you're meant to be joyful anyway, despite your circumstances.
Therefore, you're successful.
I don't know. No, I don't think that means successful. You're content, but you might not be successful. Do you know what I mean? You could be like a homeless person, but you're joyful. You're not successful, but you are joyful.
It depends what successful means to you. Like,
who's okay?
It depends. It depends.
But fine, okay. But yeah, like you're meant to be joyful regardless of your situation.
That's true.
So joy is not a marker of success for me. I should be joyful even if I'm not successful.
Literally listening to a sermon on being joyful today.
Over here. So that's why I say finances, because then I know I've made it. Like I've worked hard and I'm like sorted. My family are
sorted.
You know, sorted. Everyone's good. What about you?
I think, to be honest, I probably would have said something financial as well. I probably just said a yacht, maybe. So
a yacht?
That is my marker. If I can get a yacht, I'm financially stable enough to spend my money on silly things. So
okay,
we're doing all right out here. Maybe a PJ, but you know.
Private jet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
One thing I think some people might say is health, right? To have good quality health might be a good marker of success.
Do you think? I think good quality health is just luck. And obviously access to, you know, good healthcare. Yeah. But then you could have access to good healthcare and get esophageal cancer.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
True.
Like, terminal cancer.
Yeah, wow, okay. No, it's very true.
So I think that good health isn't a marker of success because there are so many
caveats and other things that will contribute towards
genetics. You know what I mean? There's so many things that could contribute towards something happening.
Yeah.
That's just bad luck, even if you have all the money in the world. Money can't buy you good genes.
Money can't buy you good genes.
I just made that up, actually. That was quite good.
No, quote it. Like, all right. How do you think then, in your day-to-day, you, like, contribute towards your own good health?
Do you know what? I'm actually ashamed to say I don't. I don't think I'm the healthiest person. I mean, to be fair, I'm not bad. I have green smoothies. Is this what you mean? I have green smoothies?
Yeah, what choices and habits have you made to ensure or to kind of work towards having a healthy future or a healthy now?
So do you know what? I've recently turned 29. So I'm now in my late 20s. Well, I've been in my late 20s. I'm approaching 30. And so I'm kind of trying to, like, move more. I'm trying to exercise a bit more, and the reason being is because I think that you need to start implementing these things now, like when you don't have that many responsibilities. Like, of course, we're doctors and life gets busy, but I don't have a family, I don't have kids, and I think it's time to start incorporating regular exercise into my routine so that later on down the line, it's not like I'm trying to start this again. I've already got it within me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's already just a good habit. I do eat a lot of fruit and veg, to be fair. Like, I have a green smoothie nearly every single day. And I take supplements as well regularly. So yeah, I think
those are your bits.
Those are my bits.
Yeah.
What about you?
You know what? I'd say I'm quite similar. I've probably had fitness or like some form of exercise as part of my life for quite a few years. But I'm really trying to up the ante.
You're like a power lifter.
I power lift. Yeah.
What's after that?
I think on top of like lifting heavy weights, I'm ensuring I'm doing things for like mobility, my cardiovascular health. And then so like within that I'm trying to like do social sports. So things like tennis, like tennis
I want to do tennis. I used to play, but I want to start again.
So I went like 2 weeks ago with a friend who we like reconnected recently, and it was so good. I was like, we've literally caught up, we've exercised, we feel good, endorphins are through the roof. Yeah, that's my mental and physical being hit. Like,
that's true.
Loved that.
That's really good.
And then like you, like hitting my 5 a day, trying to get all the colour groups on my plate.
Yeah.
And just trying to be mindful in that way.
It's easier said than done sometimes, I think, because we're human, and especially like around my period. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even care about exercise or fruit. I'm just going to eat whatever I want to eat.
Yeah.
Because it's a hormonal thing. Like, I'm hungry.
It is. In fact, coming off nights, I can say the amount of biscuits I've consumed this week is inhumane. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah. Another thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stop with the Red Bull. I usually kind of need a Red Bull to get me through a shift in A&E.
Really?
I used to just like save it for nights, like on occasion, like the first night usually. But I don't know what's happened to me over the last month. Like every single shift, I'm having a Red Bull. And like even patients will see me with the Red Bull, they're like, that's not good for you. I was like, I know. Like,
you're there holding yours, they're holding theirs, and you're like, stop.
I know, but I'm trying to reduce the amount of caffeine that I consume, actually, because I just think it's a slippery slope.
It is. I'm a matcha babe. You don't like it? It tastes like what?
Do you know what? I had matcha when I went to New York last year, and that was too green,
too earthy.
But then I've obviously recently got into Blank Street, and that's like
I've
a more
just heard
friendly.
About Blank Street. I literally yesterday.
The thing is that I don't get why you don't know things. Like, guys, before this episode, we were talking about Gales. She's not heard of Gales. She doesn't watch Grey's Anatomy. She's only just heard about Blank Street.
I live under a little rock.
What do you? I don't know.
I have like my own little bubble. That's
I think I'm just chronically online, so I just know everything.
But Blank Street, I really want to go. It sounds great.
Go to Blank Street. Try the blueberry matcha.
Oh,
I think that's like a nice beginner-friendly matcha. That's why I'll have that. But it's not like my go-to. I prefer like a cold brew or something.
Yeah.
I
find matcha that it like really keeps your energy like up, peaks throughout the day. Not the spikes of coffee. Better health benefits. Like, I love it. A good antioxidant.
Really? Okay, maybe I'll get into it a bit more.
Yeah.
I'll get into it a bit more.
Cool.
We'll try.
All right. When you're at work now, say you're treating patients, do you find any differences between treating other patients compared to treating black patients? Yeah, I'm going to let you answer before I add some seeds.
Do I see any differences? I would say that obviously I treat all patients the same because they're all entitled to like fair, equal treatment. But I feel when I see like an older Nigerian like you know, patient, my heart just softens a little bit, because I just feel like this could be my grandma, or my mom, or my auntie. And like, I remember once there was a patient came in, and she was Nigerian. She was like older, and she was from the same tribe as my mom, which is like kind of a small tribe. And she literally looked like my grandma, who passed away.
What tribe are you from?
She passed away ages ago, like 20 years ago now.
I was like, whoa.
Oh no, but she literally looked like my grandma. It was scary. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this could be her. And it just makes your heart it softens a little bit. I will say that sometimes I feel like I know that, you know, there are, you know, kind of, what are those things called, health discrepancies, or like differences in how black patients are treated compared to white patients, and we tend to have poorer outcomes. So I will say that I do listen to them a lot more, in terms of as long as it's not harmful, I'm more likely to investigate something, because I just don't want to miss anything. Do you know what I mean? Because you just never know. And like, we know that they can present differently when it comes to things like heart attacks. So I'm just like, even if it's like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, it's not like typical chest pain, but I'll do the trop, because you just don't know. Yeah. I'd say that's the main differences, or like I found.
You're right, like in different communities things do present really differently. And even like things about like the way people interpret and display pain can be very, very different. So someone can be like to you, do you know what I mean? Oh, it hurts a little bit. It's aching. Whereas someone else can be screaming and bawling on the floor, and it can be the exact same pain. And the exact same condition. So it is interesting. I find that, like, you're right, my heart does actually soften a little. You know what I mean? I went to uni where I think in my whole uni, like 6 years at uni, I only treated one black patient.
Yeah, barely anything.
And then I came out and was working in Lewisham, and I was like, whoa. It was like every day I was seeing black patients. And like there was even certain conditions that I just never really encountered. And I was like, wow. Like this is just, it was really different. So seeing different presentations of conditions, and also just being able to understand conditions that affect people of, you know, African and Caribbean heritage differently was really interesting for me as well.
No, definitely. I feel very privileged that I get to work in East London, because like you say, you see a lot of different conditions. Like different presentation. It's so interesting. I think it's somewhere that I went to uni in the north, and I didn't see any black people. Any at all? Maybe one or two, which is crazy. But it's nice being able to actually like treat your own. And I remember actually when I was an F2 in obs and gynae, I was just on the postnatal ward, because I'd be there like a couple times a week, twice a week, every week basically. And there was this black lady there. She was a week postpartum. She had a C-section, and she came in because she was complaining of like abdominal pain and fever and things. And she had an ultrasound scan that showed that she had a hematoma, and the consultant wanted to send her home because he was like, you know, it's going to resolve, like it's fine.
Where was the blood clot?
Oh, just by the C-section scar.
Literally C-section scar, okay.
So I went to go and see her to tell her she was going home, just, you know, just the usual reviews. And I remember she actually came to, like, the consultant was there too. The consultant left, and she was like, look, like, I know you're a junior, but I'm really worried, because I know that black women are more likely to die from childbirth and afterwards as well. She was like, I don't feel comfortable going home. Like, I just don't want to go home. Like, I feel like I need to stay in for another scan. I'd like to be monitored for a bit more. Like, what do you think? And I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm just an F2, babe. The consultant just come and speak to you. But I was like, do you know what? That just shows how important it is to have doctors who look like you, who can advocate for you. Because I was like to her, do you know what? If you don't feel right in your body, then you need to push to stay. I was like, I can tell the consultant that I think that you need to stay another day or two, but you also need to say, look, I'm not happy to go home, blah blah blah. And she ended up doing that. We ended up, you know, asking the consultant if she could stay, and she actually did get worse. And she just put a drain in. She was there for like another week and a half. And I was just, and then she was like, when I saw her again, she was crying like, thank you so much for like convincing the consultant to let me stay. Like, I could have gone home and like died of sepsis or something. And I was like, you know what, it's actually true. And I'm not saying the consultant was wrong for that, making that decision, but it just highlighted to me how important it is for patients, for you to advocate for them,
and for them to feel comfortable with you.
Because like, she only felt comfortable to tell me that because I was black. And the fact that she was able to like see me and know that I would have her best interest at heart, and I knew about, you know, the increased rates of black women passing away from childbirth, I think it just made her feel a lot more comfortable. So yeah, that was like, I think that's something that will stick with me forever, and it probably solidified why I wanted to go into obs and gynae as well for me. But yeah, it was really nice.
That's so lovely.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't a nice situation.
No,
but it was
but
nice
it's lovely that you've then made an impact, and it stuck with you, and it probably stuck with her as well.
Yeah. Gosh, that was like nearly 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now.
And it's probably stuck with you.
Yeah. Have you ever had anything like that?
I don't think I've necessarily had where a patient's probably felt, I need to have a think. I definitely have had many a patient like pull me to the side. I feel like a lot of patients feel oddly comfortable with me, and I don't know what it is. Honestly. Like they tell me all sorts. But I would say, I think it's been a while since I have been in a community where I have had a lot of black patients. So it's been about 3 years that I have been in working in a more diverse population. But I would say that a lot of the time I do feel like I can be a bit more of a kindred ear for people from the community as well. Even when they see my name tag, a lot of like patients will literally just start speaking Yoruba, and I'm like,
relax. That happens to me all the time. Like they'll just be shouting my name across. I'm just like, why didn't my mum name me Jane or something? Like just something that's just a bit. Do you know what I mean? So you don't know.
I love it though. I really do.
No, I think it's so sweet. Like I love when they always like they just say, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." Like, well done.
I haven't had that in so long.
Oh my gosh, I literally had it like last night.
Oh, that's so.
She's older than I do. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so proud of you." She gave me a hug. I was like, "Wow, don't make me cry."
Not here.
We were holding hands in the waiting room. I was just, the other patients were like, "It's your grandma or something."
Now it is.
But yes, it is. But it's so nice to see that, and the fact that they're always so shocked and proud to see it just shows you how, even though we've come far, we still have a long way to go.
A long way to go. I would say though, in terms of having an impact on like people and like seeing like real big healthcare discrepancies and like how my impact can impact the different people's healthcare around me. I like volunteer for a charity, and it's she's a plastic surgeon and also breast surgery trained. Miss Georgia Oni.
I've heard of her.
So she runs a conference every year, every November. It's free, and it's called Let's Talk About Black Women and Breast Cancer. And I think it's really interesting to see like the healthcare disparities and how breast cancer presents differently in our population, and how like the different things as access to care and how people interact with the different healthcare teams differently as well. And that's something we really touch on in the conference. So literally like, how can you advocate best for your own healthcare? Like independent of who the healthcare provider is, because we don't want it to be a thing that there's not a black doctor around and then you're like stuck and can't really express yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's a really good conference in that sense, and there's like healthcare providers that are like from all different backgrounds who can come and like speak to patients one-on-one and maybe like talk about some of their like misunderstandings of healthcare and how best we can all like move forward in a way. So she does that with breast cancer. She's like reaching out now and doing it more because we know there's discrepancies in like blood cancers and like prostate cancers and things like that, and even bowel cancers. So through like that work, I think she's making it less so that it's just maybe me seeing one black patient and having an impact, where now it's then like her and having an impact on many black patients, and a bit more long lasting as well, which I think is really cool.
So cool.
She's such an inspiration.
No, I love that. I think it's really important to like teach patients how to advocate themselves and just understanding health systems more. I think that's really good. And you said that she's reaching out into other, so aside from breast cancer, she's doing other. So she's like obviously done so well with breast cancer. She's now like pulling on all the other different professionals who are like doing bits in their field for cancers that are disproportionately affecting black people, and then trying to make it a big thing of us all coming together and us all seeing how we can like either like think about prevention and better treatment for black patients when it comes to cancer, because it's disproportionate, it's unequal healthcare. So why not try and like bridge that gap? I love that. I love when, you know, doctors do these things. So obviously being a doctor is tough in itself already. And then being able to do these things outside of your day-to-day work to try and improve the health outcomes of like your community, I think is so important. And I just think big up to those doctors who do that. I think it's such important work, and one that we shouldn't like, you know, take lightly, because I think in the long run it will improve health outcomes for black people. And I just think health literacy is just so important.
It's really important.
It's so important, and like to have her be doing that for the community, for different cancers, for breast cancer, and reaching out to other specialties. I just think that's amazing.
Crazy. Has there been anyone that you've seen, maybe on social media, maybe coming passing, or do you know what I mean, or anything that you've seen that would be a really good opportunity? So anyone that you've seen that has been doing like bits for the community, or has there been any areas that you think could have like things done? So any areas of healthcare that you do think Black people are again affected disproportionately, and there could be a bit more like work from us as healthcare professionals.
Yeah, I don't think the women who started this organisation are doctors, but it's the 5 More campaign.
Okay.
It's basically based on the fact that women are 5 times more likely to die from childbirth than other races, and they basically raise awareness to this. They often have like workshops with doctors trying to again increase health literacy within like obs and gynae, make women feel more comfortable in advocating for themselves during pregnancy and things like that. And I think that is an amazing organization, and I think the work they're doing is really, really important, because I think that that those figures came out a couple of years ago, and the latest ones show that even though it's improved a little bit, there's still an increased chance.
Yeah.
So I think the more that people, we kind of do this work, the better things will become in the future. So yeah, 5 More, big up you guys. I really like them.
Yeah. So is it more of an opportunity to like learn more about it, or is it also kind of interventions that people can engage with if they like see it and like join websites and things? Like how do they kind of approach the community?
I think from what I understand, it's more educational, which I think is also just as important as interventions. And like, if I'm wrong, then sorry about that. But I think hopefully interventions will be coming soon. I think that would also be something good to like implement.
Yeah, cool. I've seen so much good work that people are doing, and as you've just mentioned, like it's quite progressive in terms of what Black healthcare providers are doing for the community. So ideally, if you were to like look into the future, or have your idealistic future of how healthcare was affecting Black people, what would the future look like for you?
The future would be a place where there wasn't those discrepancies in healthcare. There wasn't that gap in kind of health outcomes for Black and white patients. It would be a space where everyone kind of felt like they had autonomy over their own health. They could advocate for themselves. There were more Black doctors in the space, just so that, patients can come and feel comfortable around people who look like them. Because, let's call a spade a spade. Sometimes Black people aren't comfortable in all white spaces. So to have a doctor who looks like you, who can understand you, whether that's in language or just culturally, just makes the patient experience a lot better. Yeah. So I think, and just better health literacy. Start from primary schools. Yeah, true. Start from primary school.
I did learn my 5 a day a while ago.
And then I think that will help.
Yeah.
Health outcomes in general. What about you?
Too good. I mean, I was actually going to touch upon using things like tech as well, because I know you're a tech babe. So I was thinking like being able to better understand how our genetics affect like how we are getting things, and being able to monitor it, like even using things such as apps, and having a better understanding so we're better able to advocate for ourselves through the use of tech, so that we can come with all the knowledge, like you said, health literacy, and be like, this is what's up. I know what the next steps are, and I know how I can now interact best with my healthcare provider, because I've educated myself, and now I can be like my own champion here. So I think that's what I'd like to see in the future. A really techie, tech-savvy, equal health quality.
I love the sound of this.
Do you know what I mean?
And we will get there.
We shall get there.
I feel like the tech space is definitely getting much more popular and increasing, and we just need more Black doctors in that space. But I think that was a really good episode. I learned a lot today. I'm definitely going to look up Dr. Georgette
Miss Oni. She's amazing.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. So, I mean, and like check out the conference as well this November.
I will.
It's too good. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You can check us out on some socials as well. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.